Hey guys, have you ever set your alarm clock for like a 15-minute nap and you end up waking up like 5 hours later? Yeah, that happened to me today. I was so exhausted. I didn't wake up in time to film a video outdoors. You can hear the birds and see how dark it is outside. There's the Mustang sitting out there while I'm filming in the garage. I didn't get to go outside and film today because I worked this morning, I worked yesterday. I was just so tired and so exhausted. I just slept all day long. But anyways, I want to use the opportunity to show you guys what I built, the area that I use now to work on my RC cars and the RC stand and stuff like that. I just think this is a pretty cool setup. I think you guys may enjoy it. Here's a workbench that I built. And if you've seen the workbench that's in my shop across the way, you know that this is exactly the same as a workbench I have inside there. I may or may not film videos of me doing repairs on this thing. I may still do it outside on a table where I have really good lighting. I know the lighting in here, I have these lights overhead, so it is actually pretty bright in here. I don't know how it comes across on camera, but I do like to have my subject like on the middle of a table and in such a way that I can move the camera around to the back side if I have to, so I can film it from any angle without having to take my whole RC and spin it around. So I may not make videos in here or not, I don't know. I may at one point put like a tool board up there. I don't know if I really need it. I don't think it's necessary. I have plenty of room down here for storage. I got, you know, a bunch of parts, tires, random box of all kind of stuff, lots of bodies. Right there is my Fortec body, which I'm going to make a video about painting. Traxxas bodies are fantastic for beginners to paint. I got my Fortec over here. I have not even opened it up yet, so I'll do a video on it when I paint this body. Yeah, so this thing is super sturdy, very durable. It's made out of 2x4s, it's super thick. I know some people have said that I use too much wood. It's just too thick for what I need it for, and I'm like, you know what, I don't even care. I don't even care. It's very inexpensive. The most expensive part is the plywood, of course. The rest of the 2x4s and stuff, that's just not expensive at all. I really like how it turned out. It's really nice. I also have this shelf over here, which I got at Home Depot. It's not terribly expensive, and it's really sturdy. It's made out of metal and particle board. So I got my rip saw and stuff up here. I don't have enough space for all my RCs. Got too many. Have that helicopter up there, which I have not flown that thing in a long time. I did take it down to see if I could fly it a while back, and it did not work for whatever reason. I haven't messed with it since. I got my Aton up there, of course. I got a bunch of paints and my chargers and stuff like that. And whenever I charge batteries, I actually take my chargers and I set them over here on the concrete and plug them to this outlet, and I charge my batteries over here on the concrete, so if they do explode or whatever, they don't catch anything on fire. I keep all my lipos right here underneath the workbench on the concrete. If they do blow or ignite or whatever, they won't catch anything on fire up underneath there. They're on the concrete. It's pretty safe. The flame that comes out of the batteries is very, very short. It's not very big at all, but it's very, very hot. So if it's laying like inside of a car or on your carpet or something like that, it'll catch it on fire, but laying on the concrete like this is pretty safe. Here's my RC stand. I built it to put all my RCs on. This is so that, you know, it keeps the wheels and suspension off the ground and everything, so you don't get flat spots on your tires, so you don't put pressure on your suspension when you don't need to. So I really like how this thing turned out. The base of it is really, really sturdy. It's very well built, and even though, you know, it's just a stand, doesn't mean anything. I designed it in such a way so you don't see any of the screw holes in this first front part. It you know, it overlaps down here. It has a brace right there. Is super sturdy, this bottom part, and of course I got a brace up here and everything else, and I'm going to do a little bit more work to it. I'm not quite happy with it right yet. I'm going to put some kind of a bracing system like up inside of here, because I don't know how long these will last until they start like sagging because of the weight of these RCs. Even though they're not super heavy, they will sag after a while, I'm sure of it. So I'm gonna put some kind of a brace in here. I did have a brace system set up, but things like the cloud buster was just too tall for that brace, and so it just didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. And you know, there's just not enough space up inside there for that brace. So I have to figure something else out. I may do like a shelf bracket of some kind, I don't know. I do have my heaviest RCs, the X-Max and the Revo down here, and you know, this right here is so sturdy, they're not going to do anything to that. But you know, so far it's holding these up pretty well. They don't seem to be like sagging or anything too bad yet. I am going to have to you know, fix that in some way. This one right here is actually doing, there we go. So yeah, but for now it's working out pretty well. I may just take like a block of wood and put a block of wood up inside of here and screw it in there and you know, wedge it in there really nicely and see how that works out. So, but it can't be like a big brace because there's just not enough room inside of here. So I did have to add this little piece right here so that the clodbuster can sit up like that. But I really like how this thing turns out. It really gets all the RCs off the ground. I did have them, you know, all across here, and it just took up so much space, and this allows me to organize everything so much better because now all these RCs are just taking up that much space instead of taking up from basically from there all the way over here. In case you guys are wondering, because I know people are going to ask, this is one of my print stations. This is the one I have for my Anycubic Photon. This is a printer up underneath here. It's a 3D, it will be 3D printer. It actually prints things out of resin. These are like, it's a bottle of liquid resin. It prints it out of that. And you see this a bunch of pieces and stuff which I have printed, and most of these are failures or pieces that I was test printing, stuff like that. It comes off this, let's see. There's one. You can see that was a failed print, and so it actually prints everything upside down, and it's stuck to like a plate, and it pulls out of the resin, and it prints super nice. And if you don't know what this is a motor ball from the Alita Battle Angel movie. So, and you know, here's some of the supports, which is pretty cool. And so I don't have a wooden table or anything. I had to do it on this plastic table because that resin gets everywhere. You need to be able to clean it up. If I was to make something like this, that resin would just ruin that. And plus you got to clean it with alcohol and everything else. And so if you're wondering why there's so little alcohol available, it's because 3D printers are buying it up so that we can use it to clean everything with. But yeah, so that's why I have this whole area set up for. I actually take my printer and I set it over on the floor and print on the floor. That way it's nice and level, because this table, it's not very level. It actually kind of like dips in places and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's my print station set up, my printer, trash can. Those are my boxes I use. Whenever I spray paint something that has to do with RC cars, I put those boxes out into the middle of the garage and I print. I don't print, listen to me, I paint on those boxes. That way I don't get paint all over my garage floor, even though it looks kind of crappy. It's so dirty. It was like this when we bought it. We should get like a pressure cleaner or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's my print station. All right, guys. Well, what do you think about my setup? I really like it. I have taken apart an Erevo over here. I've taken apart the Ripsaw and worked on it over here, and it was super convenient to work on it there. And I really like that I could take an RC apart and leave it there and not have to worry about it. You know, if you're doing it on the dining room table or in the house somewhere, you probably have to you know, put it up so your kids or pets or wife doesn't mess with it. Or if I take it apart outside, you know, you can't really just leave it outside or anything like that. And so having a place like this is super convenient for me. And which, by the way, that Ripsaw, super difficult to work on. I had to replace something on the motor mount. Well, I had to replace a screw on the motor mount, and it's like they take the motor and the transmission and they put it on the bottom of the chassis and they build the entire RC around it. And so I thought I was going to have to take the entire RC apart to replace that screw on that motor mount, but I didn't have to. I figured out a way around that. Maybe I'll talk about it next Ripsaw video I make. But anyways, I want to know, do you guys have a dedicated workspace for your own RCs? Do you have a place you work on it in the house? You have like a desk set up, like a hobby desk or something like that? I actually have a hobby desk upstairs that I can work on stuff on also, but it's not as big as this. You know, I wanted something much bigger than what I have upstairs. Plus I make like models and stuff upstairs, so that's what I use that for mostly. And yeah, do you guys have a place? Do you guys work on like dining room table or the coffee table or something like that? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for like this video. If you like it, subscribe. If you have not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out so much. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully next weekend, if it's not raining, which is supposed to rain and thunderstorm all the way up through Sunday. If it doesn't thunderstorm, hopefully I'll have a proper RC car video for you guys next weekend. But anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later.